There comes a time when I'm playing Vintage Story where I have so much stuff that I have to have the ability to move it. The time has come and I've added a mod. Let me show you. I've got all this stuff here and I want to build here. I have decided that I am going to extend this whole property and build. But to do that, I need to move stuff around easily. So I've added a mod called Carry On. And to do it, you can just pick things up, move with them, put them down. I could also put this on my back if I wanted to move it elsewhere. And this is a fantastic mod, this Carry On mod. There's also a new mod installer where you choose the mod you want and it says that you can just install the mod straight into your game. And I pressed a button and the mod was installed for me by the Vintage Story installer. This saved me hours of faffing around. I am very, very pleased with that. If you would like a detailed description of this mod, I have added a link in the description below. The link is to a video of mine where I sit down with the initial mod developer and they explain to me exactly how the mod works, and it has a lot of benefits. So that's where to find a much more detailed description of this mod. Now, while I've got a bit of calm, I am going to get some smelting going, because what is holding me back at the moment is actually not being able to have enough light. I am spending a lot of time making torches and I need to get these going. So let's grab a crucible. Right, let's come in here. We want 120. Right, which we will spread. I'm going to use brown coal basically because I've got so much of it. And let's get some smelting going. Right, now I've got 2 candles. And in here, I've got 3 clear quartz. I'm going to collect some more quartz. Now, I was going to make a sling, but I have very helpfully been told that the sling is not working in the way one would want with 1.18. You'll remember that I killed the wolves, and the wolves were then classed as having been killed by another creature. So I didn't get hide or fat. I just got a bit of meat, which was frankly very disappointing, and I hadn't realized that that's how they were viewed. But as I said in the comments, and thank you all for such helpful comments, I was told that the sling acts in the same way at the moment in 1.18. So if you hurl stones with a sling, all that's going to happen is that you're just going to get the basic meat. You're not going to get fat, hides, everything else that one really wants, frankly. So that's not ideal. So I'm not going to be making, having made the rope, I'm not going to be making a sling. So, Zychus Celestis, thank you! But the other thing I do want to get going on, given that I'm not having a sling, I want a weapon that will work at a distance. So I just want to look up bow. I want a bow stave. It doesn't give me that. You have to go back through bow. Right, let's go back through a simple bow. I can make that. That's 360 durability, 3.25 damage. A long bow, I don't yet have the stuff for that. A crude bow I might. 3 rope, I can do that. And that one is minus 0.5% accuracy, 3 piercing damage, 270 durability. This one is 360 durability, 3.25 piercing damage. Really? And minus 5 accuracy. Well, it looks to me that the bow we need is not the one I thought I'd be making. And a bow we can make, I believe, with just 3 of those and some sticks. I don't have enough sticks. Wonderful. We're stick hunting in a minute. Right. In fact, we'll go stick hunting now. Just go and get a stick. That'll do. Thank goodness I've got this tree farm up and running. Otherwise I'd be sort of dashing around. So it was like that, and excellent. So we have a simple bow, and that looks like a good option to me. And then on top of that, in here, we've got this flint arrowhead. We can make arrowheads, by the way. And we've got feathers somewhere. I think I've got them in the trader. Are you still going there? Let's go and find our feathers. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I've got 5 feathers. I can make arrows, and I can use the feathers to make arrows, but I think, let me have a look. Got an arrowhead there. I think I need a, oh, it just comes with an arrow. Fantastic. Let's put our feathers in there for making more arrows. So I can now actually shoot just 1 arrow. It's not a huge amount, but it's a start as far as ranged weapons. Let's get another torch going. Right, just to use that. Oh, I'd forgotten. Oh gosh, I'd forgotten. Old habits die very hard, don't they? We had that. All right, let's pop that in there. Okay. Oh my word. Right, now we want to 1, 2, 3, 4. I want another pickaxe. Good, and I want a shovel. Good. That's getting us into copper tools nicely. All right, so while these are cooling, and I am going to leave them to cool, I want to go out to where I know we've got more of the quartz. Now, I think I've picked up most of the quartz bits that were here, but I think there's some more quartz up here. I'm going to pick up the sandstone as well. Yeah, let's just mark that. This quartz goes all the way underneath. Quartz, white, save. Now, I need to be very careful when I'm picking this up, that I know that I'm picking up quartz. I'm slightly going slow. I'm a little bit wary in case I find borax. We will need borax. And I don't want to mistake one for the other. Let's take all these stones, then we're not looking at them again and saying, oh, are these this, are these that? Yeah, more. That was clear quartz, lovely. Yeah. More quartz. Oh, good. Let's take you while we're here. Sandstone. Yeah, bit of flint just in case. All right, I think that's the quartz round here. Let's just range out a bit. So I've got the one clear quartz that I needed because I've had 3, I need 4. I think there's a little bit more in the lake itself. Did I see some in the lake? Pretty lake, isn't it? Yeah, another piece of quartz. All right. Is that quartz? Oh, my word, it's all under here. Yeah. And you. Yeah, I can hear growling. I'm definitely over a cave. Gonna have to be careful not to dig down here. I'd missed that bit. Right. I think we're up to date on quartz bits there. And you are our victim for today. This is one of the first trees I planted and has grown. So this is very, very nice. I am worried about those orange trees. So let's... Right. It's quite a tall tree, this one. I'm going to go up the tree to get the rest of the leaves down because the ones at the top are more likely, I believe, to give me some seeds. So I want to try to get seeds to keep this tree farm going. Okay, got it. All right. Did I get a seed? I did not. Huh. I am going to smelt a couple of copper plates and make 2 lanterns, one for here and one for the church. Now that's only the start. Let's pop that on, and we want a copper plate. We want 2. Right, let's get on with this. Wow, that worked well. Excellent. Let's pop that there for the time being. And do the next one. second lantern that I've made tonight. Excellent. Well, I have spent a very constructive night. I have made some more ingot molds. Ingots, copper ingots. I've made a copper axe, and also I have started off on a prospecting pickaxe. So we're starting to move firmly into the copper age. Now I've got a lantern. I've put one up here, which is going to be a godsend. We'll see about these, whether we turn them into lanterns or something else, depending on what we need. But I want to go up to the church. Let me see, what condition is my pick in? It's good. Okay. Right. But yeah, I want to drop a lantern up at the church. And this is a long run for me. A long, long way. But I'm going to make the best of this one because we've got lead marked over here. And lead is incredibly useful. Here we are. Yeah, I left that on the ground. I've got the inventory space. And I've got a shovel. So that was 3 pieces of lead. And we're going to go down here. Lead isn't normally too deep when you see it on the surface. So let's see if we can... Here we are. Lead. Brilliant. Now I love galena, which is lead. And I love it because it makes molybdechalkis, which makes lanterns. And I'm very, very keen on the look of molybdechalkis lanterns. They are a beautiful, beautiful sort of browny grey colour, but they look perfect. And this is a goodly amount of lead. Wow. This is the normal ore generation, guys. I've not added to it. This is our first lead. We will be using a lot of this. I mean, to find lead so easily was an absolute gift. And I think it's because I've been travelling around a lot. Ooh. Now we need to mark that. This one. No. Where are we here? Lead. Delete. Wow. And how much did we get? Oh, gosh. A whole pile of rich chunk. Oh, my goodness. Right. That was a fire. Excellent. The other thing about lead is we can make beautiful molybdechalkis lanterns with it, but we can also make leaded glass. And over here, yes, just a few more flowers. Looking pretty. Now the thing I want to do is to put the lantern in this area. Now the reason is that this is the area where the drifters seem to spawn and come in. So I want to put a lantern. I've got a light there, but I'm going to put this lantern... You've got to be careful how high you put these. That level I think is right. Excellent. Wow. I am in many minds about this roof. I'm not sure that I like, in fact I don't like, that look. I think what we need to do is we've got spawning grounds all the way up here and we need to solve those, but I think also we need to think about that roof, and I'm contemplating ebony, but I would be very, very grateful for any ideas you guys have on that. Now I'm going to take my knife. Right, I want to put the hose up here because that's where I'm going to use them. Let me get myself a knife, and then I want to go and get 24 reeds. And the reason I need 24 is I want a basket to carry around with me on my back. And this is part of the carry-on mod. Here we go. I'm glad I've got a big reed bed here. And in fact, I wouldn't mind extending this reed bed, adding more reeds to it. I think it would be a good idea. We've got 24, so we will make a basket. Let's just go and pop this root down in here. Now, I've got an empty hand. Pop it on the ground. Take an empty hand, shift, pick it up, look up in the sky, and I've got it on my back. So I can take this with me wherever I go. Let me get that in the sunlight where I can, we now have the ability to have a whole basket on our back, and that will give me the ability to do a lot more. For example, if I have to have an empty offhand and an empty place on the bar, but if I put that down, I can put my lead and these to take back with me. I don't have to have them in my main inventory, and that is a huge advantage. So let's pop that back on our back. There we go. Now I think that while the sun is shining, let's have a quick look at our crops. Wow, that looks nice, doesn't it? Our first crops have grown up here, so this does work. I thought it would, but now what we need to do is to replace this with terra preta. Make them grow even faster. Right, we've placed a lantern in here. Oh, one aspect that's driving me crazy is running between the two bases. So I am going to drop a teleporter in that I don't have to keep running to and fro. If you've watched me before, you'll know that this is something I do. Right, and I've thought about where we're going to put it, and it's going to be right here. So we're going to take up, let's make sure, wait a minute, make sure that's not in the cellar. No, it's not. Good. Okay. And then we need to switch. We're going to press T, / game mode creative, that's GM space C, and you will see from the inventory that we have a completely different inventory. Now what we're looking for is a teleporter, and we are going to pop that in there. We're going to right click on it. The location is going to be church. I'm going to put between worlds. Okay, target location, location 1, save. Okay, now we're going to go back into game mode survival, that's the S at the end, and we're going to run back. I'm back home again, and we are going to raise up the level of this build. That's why I put it in at this level. So I'm going to go to / game mode creative. I'm going to right click on here. This is going to be the treasure trader base, and our target location is the church between the worlds. Save. Now let's see if this works. Well, well, well. And you see the problem with light. Excellent. We are in creative, so we now need to right click on here, and this is the church between the worlds, and the target location is the treasure trader base. Let's check that it works. That is now set up, and we can safely return to game mode survival. So we have our teleporter set up so that I can run this base and the other one as one base, and I have started to scope out how we are going to build this base. So plans have been made. Some of you watching this video who aren't used to me may wonder whether I spawn in any other blocks. The answer is no. The only blocks I spawn in are the teleporter blocks. This video series is billed as a survival series. If I was doing a big creative build, I might do a mixture of survival and taking in creative blocks where I can't, make them. But because this is pure survival, I don't spawn blocks in. You will remember that one of the big Minecraft creators is a guy called Mumbo Jumbo, and something he said struck me very early on. He said, if you spawn in even one block in a survival world, you will never feel the same about that world again, and that's how I feel. The only exception I might make is if I had a particularly bad game crash and lost an astonishing amount of stuff, but I can't imagine I would. So don't worry that I am spawning in blocks off screen. I'm not. I have actually stopped recording every single seed I find or every single block that I break. Otherwise it would be very, very much longer as a series, and I do want to move on. So I hope you enjoyed this, as I have made my life a lot easier in this episode. Leave a like, subscribe. Bye bye, my friends.